Good morning. There is sweeping the planet Earth at this time a wave of freedom. We see it in Egypt, we saw it in Tunisia, we see it in many other places around the world. This is not a wave to establish one religion over another, as some might depict it. It's not a move of political anarchy. It is literally a cry of the human heart to finally be able to step in to personal power, personal sovereignty, sovereignty as individual nations, individual cultures. But when I say individual, it's not individual in opposition to some other nation or some other culture, or in the personal sense, not me against you or you against somebody else. That kind of limited thinking is opposed and contraindicated to the success of attaining our freedom. We cannot hold on to the ideas of a limited God, of a limited belief system, or in fact any system that separates any part of the whole from any other part. Each part is necessary. Each part is important and actually very, very vital to the completion of this experiment in creating physical form. Physical form gives us an illusion that is very powerful. It is an illusion that I am this and not that. It's a very powerful illusion. We look with our eyes. We experience through the mind of seeing separate objects and seeing the wholeness, seeing the interconnectedness between these separate objects is a difficult task because it requires a different kind of seeing, a different kind of knowing. And that's what's happening in the world today. People are being uplifted with something that's actually beyond us in the finite sense of ourselves. It's the infinite sense of ourselves that is lifting us up and giving us the opportunity, which we are taking advantage of as human beings. We are taking advantage of this and rising up from our lower way of seeing to our higher way of seeing. This is the Holy Spirit, if you will, being poured out upon all flesh. This is what was promised by the prophets of old. Not just in Christianity and Judaism and Islam faiths. I'm trusting that it's true in all faiths. Yesterday I had the privilege of watching what's happening in China. And I've listened to Buddhist teachers and all over the world there is this unity consciousness that's coming into the fore. It's coming to the front of where we are and where we're going. To me, it's a very beautiful thing because it enables me to get beyond my own limited thinking and some of my own judgments and my own exceptions. Do I still have some exceptions? Do I still have some judgments? Oh yes. I'm not home yet. I've not arrived yet at being able to release them all. But I'm able to release them faster than I've ever been able to do before, with less struggle. And I invite you to do the same, and I know you can do it. Because I know this energy is bigger than me, and bigger than you, and bigger than all of us put together. And yet it is all of us put together. It's not separate from us. That's the thing that has always created all the problems in our world. The idea that we are separate, and our ego takes a hold of that and says, well, you're not like me, so I'm better than you. Or the converse. I'm not like you, so I'm not any good. It doesn't matter which side of the polarity you want to play on. Both of them are wrong. Both of them are incorrect. They are not the truth. And when we live in something that is not the truth, when we live in that paradigm, when that is our guiding principle of thought and the way we see the world, we create the kind of world that we've been living in for a long time. A world of war. A world where some enslave others. A world of unequal distribution of wealth, where some prosper while others live in poverty. These things cannot continue as we are awakened and as we remember the interconnectedness of all life. They simply cannot continue. My heart is thrilled as I just contemplate what's happening, as I see the human family coming together as one, the people raising their voices against those who have taken our power, and we're telling them no more. We're not going to be your slaves anymore. It's happening all over the world, and it will continue to happen and accelerate. And it cannot be any other way but that those in power capitulate and join the people. It's not about punishing them. They did what we gave them permission to do. By not standing in our own power, we empowered them to stand in our power and make us submissive. We gave them the dominance. So let's not throw rocks at them for the decision that we made. It's a beautiful thing, this thing called love, because it's big enough to embrace everything. And if you're listening to this message and you happen to be one of those that still thinks your religion is superior to others and your idea of God is the only way, I mean, you have to have your idea or otherwise you're going to hell. And I know people like that. And it saddens me that they're still holding on to that so tightly, but it's all they've ever known. So I can be compassionate and forgiving. But at the same time, I realize, and I'm encouraging you to realize, that as long as you hold on to that idea, you're maintaining the status quo of the old world. And that's not where we're going. And it's not who we really are. Open your heart to love those that are different. Learn to see the good in their contribution to the whole. And it's there. It's there if you'll but look. Stop looking for what's wrong and start looking at what's right. You can find it if that's your intent. Make it your intent today to look for the good in others and to see something from a perspective that you've been unable to see from before. When you do, I'm convinced that it will help change your life and make you a better person and make your life a better life. And that will ripple out to everyone else. Have the most beautiful day you're willing to allow. And I bless you. And all creation blesses you. Namaste.